So they'll be calling you a radical. So this same guy has done this every year. Now you read through this. I mean, and by the way, I've dug into him. I've checked him out. He's not a scientist. He's not anybody. The Crystal Cove, he says, at Newport Beach. By the way, Peter and I were just there. You know, my work for us is, he's an aquarium. He works at an aquarium. He's saying this is such a disgrace. He's saying that he has gone 20, 13, 14, 15 when Kevin Blanche is walking the coast. And think about a spit in the face of Kevin Blanche. I'm doing a cancer document titles, walking the entire coast. Walking. He says he was diving and didn't find one starfish. But now it's a miraculous comeback, and he did this last year. He did it the year before, the same guy. And I've gone to him. I says, well, show me. I showed you yours, mine. Show me yours. Show me yours. And by the way, no rest, you know, as they've emergency closed the COD on that's such a major story. Should have closed it last year. They should have closed the salmon fishing 4 or 5 years ago. It's a catastrophe. And it's not, I mean, it's acute. It's acute. No hell below us. I mean, this is December 8th. 39 years ago today. John Lennon blown away. What else do I have to say? Usury economy. Jeff Bezos, Amazon. I mean, so look, it looks like this. The real marine biologist, Kevin Blanche. I've had to use whatever I had because I cannot do a traditional PhD in the traditional funding way. I did a traditional PhD, the greatest PhD in here. This is absolute traditional, but I've had to turn to crowdfunding. Now they're saying, oh, we've got crowdfunding. We use night lights to go to tide pools. This other one talking about the tide pool panty painter liars. Oh my God. Look, number one, at tide pools, that's why I haven't been in Monterey, because we've had big storm surge. You know how hard I've worked at and the historic footage I have? My tide pool thing, 141 videos, and that's only a part of what I have. At historic low tide pools, I know every single tide pool in California, the best of the best, and what time when, you know, you have to catch them at. Low tide, moon cycle, freaking sun. I mean, ask people that have been with me. Oh, I work and I'm running through them tide pools, dancing on them rocks as fast as I do, videotaping. I broke my skull, cracked my skull. I broke my hand. And remember, I did most of this with a failed aortic valve while full of leukemia. Now, he's saying it's a comeback. He did this last year and the year before. It's the same guy. We found 4, he says. We found 4 in the entire Huntington Beach Crystal Cove, which I've been in that area, in that tide pool, which is, by the way, is not a good tide pool. It's about as, I mean, I've been in the best tide pools, Monterey, you know, the Point Loma, PB Point's probably the best one of all of California, you know, San Mateo's, I mean, up there on the point off San Francisco, I mean, all of them, every one of them, you know, Dana Point on Balco, freaking Carmel, I mean, all of them. I mean, I go up and down. I could rattle it off every square inch. You know, each county by county. You know, start San Diego County, boom. You know, just move on up. Orange County, Los Angeles County. You know, Ventura County. You know, Monterey. Did I miss San Luis Obispo? You know, I've been on them all of them. Walking. First, you hypothesize the knowledge. They're going to lie. There's going to be multiple. These are meltdowns. They're going to push this energy into the Pacific Ocean. And people are saying, oh, climate change. No, it's climate changed. Oh, it changed. And you're exactly right. The ocean's heated up and boiled up. But Fukushima heated up. It's hot. 3 suns. Brought it in, so you hypothesize the knowledge. Then the new knowledge. Then you have to do the field work. And you have to present your field work. Who's my peers? I don't have any peers. So, by the way, and they've circled the wagons, Aaron Swartz. What do you think he was doing at MIT and downloading PhDs? They've controlled the information. They put this out. They've controlled the media. So I've had to turn to crowdfunding, real crowdfunding, private funding while I'm full of cancer, fighting for my life. Look, I was a millionaire. I was uninsured. And by the way, I did the football game here last night, or yesterday, and the basketball game last night. I was exhausted. I usually rest on Sundays. You know, I need to get my blood work done this morning. I like to, you know, Sunday morning when there's not 9 million people, get it done. Then I could, you know, relax and rest one day a week. Forget that. You know, it's amazing to me. I get so many people come to me and ask me to do stuff. I was asked to do these games a long time ago, and I've gone with it. You know, what are you up to? I talked to Jay Hill right there yesterday before the game. Went to breakfast with the team. You know, I love all those young guys. It's a great generation of human beings. It's a cultural shift. I want health care for student athletes. I want the NCAA to pay for student. That's that simple. You know, and they all know that. Jay knows that. Randy, you know, that's all. I do this all free, and I never say no. That's been my rule since I got cancer and leukemia. I don't say no. I never say no. Somebody asks me, "Will you do a video?" And I always do. But it's gotten to the point where they don't even ask. I mean, some people do. A lot of great people are posting, you know, fantastic. But a lot of people are telling me what I need to do now. You need to do this. You need, really? Fuck, I do the work of hundreds of fucking men. First you hypothesize the knowledge. Then you do the field work. Talk about field work. I showed you mine. Show me your work. Then you have to present it to the peers. Well, there's no peers, so I present it to God and everybody. 6 million views. Well, it's probably 10 times that because there's that's not counting the European views, blah, blah, blah. Times it's probably 60 or 70 million views. It's like, here they're like, you got to hear them up here. They're like, boy, did you kick these doors down? I'm like, yeah. You want to shut me out? You know, kick me out? I was here before you got here. I'll be after you, you know. Fuck you, I'll kick the fucking doors down. Which they know I did. You know, I earned my respect. I earned my PhD from you guys. Post-ignorance army. That's my peers. The free classroom. The professor, the butcher, the baker, I mean, I did all the field work. Then you got to defend your work. Talk about defend. Against my own government? Trolls, guys like this? The liars, the panty painters thing? He says 4. We found 4, 7 to 8 inches. Okay? I never used the word extinction, did I? Did they genocide native? I don't like the native. Indigenous people? Oh yeah, right here, big time. Are there still indigenous people? Yeah, they were dancing last night on the floor. I work with them also here. I'm not buying into the obey, consume, freaking golden handcuffs, academia, fucking bubble, fucking control the fucking information, straight A, peer review, regurgitating goats. I'm not buying into it. It's a fucking fraud. I taught here, the #1 school of business in the country. I taught there. I was pass-fail. We know this, these students are the most, they went to this A freaking over-retentive freaking, you know. Politics is show business for ugly people. What has science turned into? I mean, straight A freaking creep show. Undynamic, uncreative, controlled. Not me. You're not controlling me. You're not putting the fucking leash on me. I'm not going to fucking go along with your lies. So, historic low tide pools. Historic. The starfish are not coming back. The starfish, hello. That's my post-ignorance armor. We documented 311 on alongside gray wells. Literally mystified, puzzled, baffled, stumped, perplexed to cut up and identify a starvation event. I mean, you can ask Winston's girlfriend, Lisa. Last year I'm in San Diego, and she's, what are you doing at your yoga park? Look for starved at gray wells. That'll be the next shoe to drop. It's too early for that. I said, no. They're going to come early. They've been coming early for 3 years. That's my work that originally, me and the old marine biologists at Monterey Aquarium, they're retired who volunteer there that were, you know, the old school PhDs at UCLA, Stanford, husband and wife. Kevin, we've been waiting for you. The Grays are giving birth here at Pacific Grove. You know, I always planned to move to Pacific Grove. That was the plan, move to Pacific Grove or Pacific Beach, PB or PG. That was the plan, or Vienna. But something happened on the way to that place. I had, you know, had my money. I got leukemia. I got cancer, an unsurvivable kind, in 2011, right here. Then my aortic valve failed. Most of this tide pool video I'm doing in historic low tide pools with a failed aortic valve. I'm tied to this hospital. I mean, literally anchored to it. So I've made the most of what I can do here at the University of Utah. And by the way, so you know, the University of Utah, I'm so outraged at that. I'm so glad they lost because, talk about a corrupt program. They played radioactive. Now, I talked the Imagine Dragon kids into dropping a banner right there at the D that I did the game last night. They did it. You know, of course, they're golden handcuffs. They ain't going to budge. The University of Utah played radioactive. You ever listen to the words of that song? You do know the Primary Children's Hospital, who my nephew has neuroblastoma, 3-year-old, is clinging to life in there right now. What about Rakataiki? How come you won't mention her name? No media nowhere will mention her name. The most famous athlete in the world. 19-year-old world record. The post up, she hasn't been heard from 90 days. She has AML leukemia. Died. Not a picture, not a photograph. You're going to go along with this. This guy could come out and put out this freaking lie. Oh, starfish are coming back. No, they're not. We found 4. I've never used the word extinction. I use genocide. And boy, has it been genocide. That's what I find. You can go play back all my videos. I find them 1 or 2 or 3 here and there. You know, working my ass off. You find 4 in a month. And that's a fucking comeback. Yeah. Like the University of Utah against them Oregon Ducks. That comeback. Stand tuned. I'll be back at it. The only reason I haven't been in Monterey recently is because we've had big storm surge. And you want to see the historic low tides, the historic flood tide, just look at my videos, because I work that hard at it. And it is that hard. You have to catch it at sunlight hours. You have to catch the light at... I'm not going out... You can't go out there... Oh, we use these lights. By the way, that's against the law. Do you know that? That's another thing that kills me. They're out there advertising. We have a crowdfunding thing, and we go out there. It's against the law to get in a tide pool with fucking shining lights down on it. It's against the law to touch the animals. It's against a lot of things alter their freaking ecosystem. Yet you're saying we come up, and you're not marine biologist. He works in an aquarium, and he did this again. And the print media that goes along with the feel-good fairy tale, and this will get regurgitated all up and down California media. News stations will play it all over. Feel-good fairy tale news at 11. Film at 11. 3 of them. Where'd you sleep last night? I got some of the dead fucking pines in California. Oh yeah, I'm the guy that first identified that when the trees were going. The dead mirrors at your feet. That's my work again. I showed you my work. Show me yours. 4. That's a comeback. No, it's not. That's exactly what it's been. And I'll be back there soon.